Welcome to our sanctuary spotlight on Tofu and Tomato, our resident tortoises. I'm Karen from Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary on Real-Time Animal Rescue. And it might seem a little odd that I'm showcasing a table. But I'm going to start the story here. This is where Tofu and Tomato, our sulcata tortoises, pretty much spend the entire winter. See, there's a couple heat lamps there. And we usually have those up and running. And then the two tortoises we have blankets out here and sheets. So we usually have that table kind of covered with a sheet and some blankets on the ground. And Tofu and Tomato they don't like hibernate. They kind of go into like a semi-hibernation thing. So they just hang out in that corner there with their heat lamps. If it warms up just enough, they might take a little stroll outside and stuff. But for the most part, this is where they spend a good portion of their winter. We live in Phoenix, Arizona in the U.S., which is in the Sonoran Desert. And we have native desert tortoises here. Now, they burrow under the ground and hibernate the whole entire winter. And then they come out in the spring. But the sulcata tortoises don't do that. It's more like a semi-hibernation. Like I said, if it warms up enough, they'll come out for a little stroll. But this is where they spend the majority of their winter. So, like I said, that's why I'm starting the story here, because it's warming up. So if you're just tuning in, I'm Karen from Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary on Real-Time Animal Rescue. This is our old friend Macchiato. And so then we've got a screen door here. There's a little hole there so the cats can come in and out. So when it warms up enough, we have to leave this door closed so the tortoises just basically stay outside. So yeah, it's going to be, I think, a high of mid-80s today. And right now we're just going to go for a little walk and see if we can find Tofu and Tomato. They have certain kind of little hiding places they hang out in. We're going to high of, I think, mid-80s today. It's going to cool down a little bit next week. Like a high of something probably in the low 70s, high 60s. Oh, I spotted one. But it won't be cold enough that they really need to go back inside. So, like I said, if you're just tuning in, I'm Karen from Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary, and we're talking about our resident sulcata tortoises, Tofu and Tomato. Hi, pretty girl. So Tofu and Tomato are actually owner surrenders. They used to belong to a friend of our sanctuary. She had to move out of state, and then the tortoises came to live here. But she's actually back now. But they're way too big to probably move somewhere else. They've grown a lot, so she gets to come visit them and everything. So this is one of the girls. I have a tough time, hi Macchiato, telling them apart, but Tofu, this is probably Tofu because Tomato is a little more skittish or whatever. Tofu is a little bit more outgoing, so the fact that she's like, let me be this close and hasn't gone in her shell tells me that, but I could be wrong. It's easier to tell if they're kind of out and about. She's probably just waking up. You spend the night out here last night? So there's one, and I know where the other one is. I know where your sister is. So like I said earlier, these are sulcata tortoises. They're not native to the Sonoran Desert where we live. We do have native desert tortoises. Good morning, beautiful. Hey. Hi. Should come out into the sun and warm up, pretty girl. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty quick little broadcast. There's not a whole lot to talk about with these guys. Like I said, their owner surrendered. They, as far as I know, had a good life and still have a good life. They're just waking up now from their winter's nap. But as I stated earlier, they do not fully hibernate. It's kind of like a semi-hibernation. They have a place set up in what's called the Arizona room with heat lamps and blankies and all that stuff, and they kind of just chill there. Good morning. They're really cute. See that? That's probably Tomato because she's a little more flinchy. It's pretty. When these guys first came, you know, if I wanted to move them from here over to like the sunshine or whatever, I could just pick them up. But I don't think I can pick them anymore. I think they've got to weigh over 50 pounds easy now. Hi, pretty. Hi, pretty. I wonder if I go get them a treat. They'll probably come out. All right, that's what I'll do. I'm going to go get them a treat so you can see them come out. Sorry, still a little froggy in the throat and a lot of stuff going around. So if you're just tuning in, I'm Karen from Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary, and today's spotlight is on Tofu and Tomato, our resident tortoises. But as I walk into the man cave to get them a little treat, we'll just say hi to everybody else. Everybody's been fed and watered and given treats. What's up, Norma? You all right? Hi. Okay. Here's Norma Jean. How's everybody doing out there today? We're doing great. It's, you know, to normal people, we don't really have a winter, but after you've lived in this desert as long as you have, you acclimate. So, you know, when it's in the 50s and 60s, 40s, 30s all day, every day, it gets, you get kind of cold. So if I come here in the morning and it's like 30 something degrees, I'm just dying. So I think today is going to be a high of about 80, mid 80s today, which is actually a little cooler than it's been. We've had a little warm up. I'm going to cut up some of this bell pepper for them. We usually give them bell pepper with calcium sprinkled on it. But I think Mark already did that today. And, you know, they're kind of still just waking up from the winter. We do have desert, like native desert tortoises here. We live in the Sonoran Desert. And they do like truly hibernate. They go underground for like the whole winter. And then they kind of resurface in the spring. And these sulcata tortoises do more of like a semi-hibernation. Now, they're not native to here. So I think they're native to like some kind of part of Africa. So I just wonder if it, where they're from, if it doesn't get that cold at night. I don't know. Probably should have done some more research before I did this live stream. All right. I wish my husband was around to help me carry all this, but I've got pockets. So if you're just tuning in, we're talking to Tofu and Tomato. They're outside. I just found them kind of like in the corner of the yard. They're just waking up, so I'm going to bring them a little treat and see if they want to come out a little bit. So in the summertime, when it gets hot, you know, we reach temperatures in excess of 110, 115 Fahrenheit all summer long. It's like for 4 months of the year. They do have a little kiddie pool, and one of them is probably Tomato, because Tofu, because she's more outgoing one. She, if you spray her, put the shower on the shower setting on the hose and spray her, she gets so into it, she kind of like rocks her butt back and forth, and she looks like she's twerking. It's the cutest thing ever. And like I said, these guys are owner surrender, so they've always had a good life. They've been with us for probably about 4 years now, because I think these two girls came right about the same time I did. A little piece for you. Oh yeah, perked her up. Good. They are really cute. They were really tiny when they first came here, so I could easily pick them up and move them if I had to. You know, they're obviously free to do whatever they want, but at this point, I might have moved them like out into the yard. Do you want some? Get some sunlight on them. Riveting, I know. You ready for a little piece of pepper? So I hope everybody watching is doing well today. We're just coming out of our winter and heading into our spring. So these guys just are kind of back out in the yard permanently till next winter. They don't fully hibernate, but we do set up a place indoors. It's an Arizona room, so it's like a cement floor and, screened in. They have blankies and sheets and heat lamps, and they just kind of huddle up there on the coldest days. And like I said, if we get like a freak, 70 something degree day in the middle of the winter, they'll come out. They'll come out in the yard. You want some? So I might be wrong. This might be tomato. Is it good? You want some? I mean, yeah, because the other one was like way from there. I don't know. Oh, she wants it. You want it? They're so cute. I can't stand it. All right. We'll leave those there for you. Give a little close-up shot of your cute little face. I know I'm bothering you. Got a pocket full of bell peppers. This one's still working on her first piece. So pretty. There's some good ASMR crunching. So if you're just tuning in, we're just giving a treat to Tofu and Tomato, our resident sulcata tortoises. They were owner surrendered, so they've always had a good life. They've been here for about 4 years, and they're just kind of sort of coming out of their winter nap mode. They've grown a lot since they came here. When they first came, I could easily pick them up and move them around, but now I don't even mess with it. Occasionally, actually, I'll show you guys what the funny story what they do with the fencing and the irrigation. Hey, I got a whole pocket full there, girl. So there's a couple more pieces for you. And I'll go give your sister a couple pieces. And we'll start wrapping this up. Oh, she's working on hers over here. Here's a couple more pieces, girl. All right, say bye. Say bye to the followers. Say bye. We'll show you more when you wake up more, okay? They're so stinking cute, in my opinion. Oh my goodness, their little faces. I love them. So one of the funny antics that these guys do is, and I know we've showcased this before, but I'll just quickly explain it. But here in Phoenix, these bigger properties, they water the grass and whatnot. It's called flood irrigation. So there's like a whole canal system that runs out there between all the properties. And once a month or every couple of weeks, depending on the time of year, this whole back area literally floods. There's like a canal out there, and then there's like a little tunnel that runs into the property, and Michelle has to go out there and move some stuff around so the water comes on here. So this whole back area literally is like a pond. So one day, Mark and I came here, and way out there in that corner, like we usually put the cows back there to eat. Way out there in the corner of those stalls, I looked down and one of those tortoises was down there, and I said, this doesn't look right. What are you doing out here? Oh, hello, Parvez. Thanks for joining us. If you have any questions, I'm only going to be on here for a couple more minutes, but if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. So, like I said, the tortoises, they were so tiny when they first came here, I could just pick them up and move them. But at that point, they had gotten pretty big. And like I said, they've got to be over 50 pounds now. So I had my husband go get a wagon and pick her up, put her in the wagon and wheel her back out here. But they get through this fence, this chain link fence. See, here's one of our little barricades right here. So we barricade the little holes. And it's literally, they can get in that little hole there, barricade these little holes so they can't get out into the field. Hi, Norma. I don't have anything for you. This is not about you. This is about the tortoises. And it's not like the end of the world if they get out there, but we don't want them to get hurt, you know, if somebody accidentally was to step on them. And then here is another system of barricades. This is like the next system of barricades to keep them out of the field during flood irrigation. So, like I said, that whole field, so you can actually still see the ground is rather wet in the shady areas from the last irrigation, which I think was on Saturday. So this whole entire area will flood, and these crazy tortoises, they burrow their way underneath this chain link fence to go out there. So there's all these barricades in place to keep them from doing that. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed our little talk with Tofu and Tomato. We'll go say goodbye to them again real quick, and then I'll let you all go. As I always say, if you have any suggestions for content, any comments, let us know in the comment section. Here she is. There she is. Oh, she's still working on her pepper. You get a leaf stuck in your mouth. All right, say goodbye. Okay, guys. Well, with that, as always, we thank those of you that tuned in. And if you have any suggestion comments, let us know. If you feel compelled to help us out, there's lots of links in the description box. And we'll talk to you next time.